Yeah, it was a hard-fought game. Not a lot of easy ice out there for both teams. Felt almost like a playoff game out there, and we have to find a way, obviously, to put one in the back of the net, get it behind the goaltender. We weren't able to do that today. Having said that, we only gave up one on the back-to-backs. Quick turnaround that we had from yesterday. I thought that the effort was there from the guys today.
Sometimes you just have to tip your hat to a guy like Gustafson making the save after save on your continued pushes.
I think at times you do, but as I think it's important that we have to obviously, I think that's two out of the last three, that we have to find a way to put the puck in, whether it's creating more traffic at the net, having more of a shot mindset, playing off the shot more, creating some more two-for-ones, just getting to I thought against, 2 games ago against the Islanders, even though we didn't grab one, we had better looks. I thought Minnesota did a good job trying to keep us to the outside. We have to find a way to get into the interior more.
On their goal, I don't know if you had this an angle, but it looked like Geeky's stick got slashed out of his hands, and Johansson makes the shot from the blue line. Maybe Geeky gets a stick on that shot if it's there. Did you see that way as well?
Well, yeah, I mean, he got his stick whacked out of his hand, and if he has a stick, he's able to take that passing lane away to the middle of the ice. There's no question.
And the third period looked like you switched up the lines just a little bit. Was that just looking for a little chemistry?
Yeah, just trying to shake things up and create a little bit more anxiety. And I thought that it actually looked okay. We did create some offense in the third, but just a couple of shifts here and there, just tweak some things.
Apologies, I'm late. Analysis of the game in general.
Like I said before, it was a tight checking game. It was hard fought. There wasn't a lot of easy ice out there for either team. Especially, I thought our guys showed a real strong effort today, coming off back-to-back games. It's disappointing. Obviously, we want points right now, but we've got to obviously find ways to get it behind the goaltender.
Okay.
Yeah, I think both teams played a strong defensive game. They got one more than we did, but I liked our effort throughout the D zone. I felt like we were keeping a lot of the plays to the outside and not giving up too many grade A chances. So overall that was pretty good. I think we can be a little bit better in transition and create a little bit more offense at times, but the effort was there.
The penalty kill, which had struggled earlier in the season, seems like the last 2 weeks or so it's been really come back into its own. What has kind of been the secret there?
Chris Kelly's done a great job. He's kind of taken over at this point, and he's really allowed us to be more assertive again on the kill. I think he's just pointed out areas where we can go pressure read and create a little bit more, stress on their forwards when they have the puck in their hands. So with that, I feel like we're making the appropriate reads and getting our clears when we can has been huge, and we're going to continue to try and, trend upwards in that category.
And you've been working with Z for the last few games. What do you like about that partnership?
It's been great. The way that he's able to move around on the ice, he's a phenomenal skater. The way we've been closing some plays at times, I feel like we've been reading off of each other well. But overall, just his confidence. I think it's definitely something that I'm learning from. I appreciate playing with guys like that who, regardless of what happens one shift, come out the next shift and play the same way. So I have a lot of respect for him and his game, and I feel like we're finding our groove together.
So pretty much pushed pretty well in the third period waves.
I thought so too. He played a great game. Sometimes you run into one of those. Same the other night, against the Islanders too. You gotta throw a little more and take away his eyes. There's probably some things we can look at that we could have done differently, but in the end, we gotta find a way. But sometimes that happens. It's how hockey goes sometimes, but we gotta stay on it. I thought our game's trend in the right direction here, and we can't let that a loss, 1-0 loss, kind of dictate that.
What's the key to kind of unlocking some secondary scoring when David's not on?
I think
not even not on, but not scoring.
Yeah, well, I think it's a mindset thing, and everyone's got to have that belief that you can put the puck in the net, but we can't get away from our little details and what gives us the puck and possession more and opportunities. That's something that we have to make sure we kind of hone in still. Especially when you don't score in a game. It's almost natural to get away and try to find another avenue around it. And there's little things inside that we can figure out and maybe be better at, but we got to keep our details going the right way dial those in. We're going to get opportunities, and we're going to finish. But, yeah, you're right on. Like, we need that secondary scoring, and we need guys to take responsibility, and including myself, and contribute that way.
And those details and kind of the tight checking game, it seemed like that was in place today. You just didn't get a goal.
Yeah, no, that's what we figure. That's the way you got to kind of play, especially on a back-to-back against a pretty good team here. And we know they were kind of desperate too. So we figured that's the game it was going to be, and it played right into it. Did we think we weren't going to score? No, of course not. But we, of course, would have been a great thing to find a way to put one past them, and then it's a different ball game. But yeah, tip your cap.
I mean, as you mentioned, too, a tight game, but that's going to be like that probably the rest of the way out as everybody's making those pushes. You guys feel like you have the tools in the arsenal to be able to start getting some of those goals and to keep trending in that right direction?
Yeah, no, that's a good point. And it's crunch time. That's how playoffs are. And the turnovers are so magnified because they usually turn into chances, but also goals in the other direction. And so you have to dial in those details. So we can't be totally frustrated with the way we played. Yeah, we got to score, 100%. We got to score, but we got to keep dialing in those defensive details. That's going to only play well for us. And when we play that way, more times than not, we're going to come out with a win. It just wasn't today.
And were you able to check in with Marshy, and how's his spirits?
Not a whole lot, honestly. I haven't seen him a whole lot since. You just hope he's feeling well and doing well, and you hate to see guys go down and in that way too. But hopefully he's doing okay, and hopefully we'll see him soon enough.
A good energy boost for you guys?
I mean, I think so, a little bit. Anytime from my standpoint, if there's another guy in my shoes that fights and kind of gets the crowd and the people into it, it definitely is a energy boost for the team. So hopefully the guys felt that way.
It was a pretty tight checking game, not a lot of free ice out there. Is that kind of the way you saw it?
I think so, a little bit. Both teams, I think, played a lot of games in the last few days, and I think we're both just there's a grind out there, and we're both just fighting for ice and trying to be as tight as possible. And that's why I think you saw that, and I think we felt the same way. I mean, knew it was going to probably take an ugly one or something like that to get on the board, and unfortunately it didn't happen.
You guys generated 20-plus shots, 27, I think. Sometimes you just have to tip your hat to the goalie when he makes those saves?
Sometimes. I think there's always some games like that where you just can't buy one, and tonight was like that, and it's unfortunate because I think we played pretty well defensively, and it's tough when you only give up one and you can't find a way to get one by him, but he's a good goalie over there, and I guess maybe you just gotta, like you said, tip your hat.
The details and the checking are something that Joe's been harping on, and it seems like the last few games you guys have been on it. Is that trending in the right direction?
Yeah, I think so, and I think our starts have helped us a lot the last couple of games, and I think we've come ready to play, and we're definitely working on things every day in practice and in video, and I think you're seeing a little bit of that to start to be more consistent, and I think it's just we play a lot better hockey when we're playing tight and we're above guys and being more physical.
Another one-goal game. How much is that adding to the grind of this part of the season?
It's tough. It's unfortunate, but it's so tight right now. We just got to move on to the next one, and that's the type of hockey we're playing right now. It's playoff hockey, and I think you're going to expect a lot of one-goal games and tight games down the stretch. So I think it's fun for us to play that way, and I think it makes every game competitive right down to the wire, and it's a fun way to play.